So after your run, you always need to do a post-run mobility. So let's get started. Starting in your downward facing dog. Just pedaling out through the feet. Hamstrings will be feeling quite tight. Keep tilting the tailbone up towards the sky. So you have to lift the bum up towards the sky and then pedal out again. Back straight, relaxing the head, pushing the hands into the floor. Keep pedaling out through the feet. And then just try and get your heels down to the floor, lift the toes. Even if you're just trying to get the heels down, that's okay. Working into the calves here. 3 more. 2, 1. Take the right leg up into the sky. Bring the leg all the way in between the hands. Take the back knee down to the ground. And then place the hands onto the inside of your legs. Keep trying to drop your hips towards the floor. Lift the chest so that you can get a deeper stretch into your adductors and your hip flexor. Keep moving the hips down, and then see if you can try and take your elbow down to the floor. So you just have to try and slide it down the leg. 3 more. 2 and 1. Take that right hand up to the sky. Try and grab that back foot. If it's not available to you, just try and bend it at least. And then drop the hips low. Keep doing these pulsing movements and moving from side to side to get through all the muscle fibers, not just one line of muscle fibers. And then slowly let go of the leg. Take the hand onto the inside of the foot, slide that leg back, and take the left leg forward. Drop the back knee down to the ground and try and drop the hips towards the floor, chest up towards the sky. Keep reaching it up. Keeping the knee close to the body, dropping the hips low, moving around side to side, and then trying to take the elbow down to the floor. Keep trying to slide it up and down the leg. Keep the chest lifted. 3 more. 2 and 1. Try and take that left hand all the way to the leg or to the foot. Try and take that left hand all the way to the foot. Dropping the hips low. Moving from side to side, getting all the muscle fibers involved. Slowly let go of the foot. Take the hands to the ground and the leg back into your downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the feet here, tilting the tailbone up towards the sky. And then take the right leg all the way between the hands, left knee down to the ground, lift the body upright. And tuck in your tailbone, squeeze your left glute, push the hips a little bit more forward. And then take the left hand up towards the sky and try and reach to the opposite side. So dropping the hip and trying to reach at the same time, pulsing in and out. Working through the hip flexor here. 3, 2, and 1. If you can, try and bend that back leg, keeping the body upright and trying to get the heel all the way to the bum. Pulling it in as close as you can, but also tuck in your tailbone, squeeze your left glute, and feel that deeper stretch come through your hip flexor and quad here. Keep your balance, hold on to something if you don't have balance here. Slowly let go of the leg, take the hands down, take the right leg back and bring the left leg forward, right knee to the ground, and then tucking in your tailbone, squeezing your right glute, dropping the hip forward. Take the right hand up to the sky and reach to the opposite side. Keep squeezing through that right glute, don't let it go, and you'll feel a deeper stretch through your hip flexor. Keep reaching. Every time you drop the hip low, you reach your hand to the other side. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Try and bend that back leg. Bring the heel all the way to your bum. Try and bring it in as close to your bum as possible. Even if it's not, it's okay. But then squeeze your glute and tuck in your tailbone even more and feel that deep hip flexor and quad stretch here. Bring the heel closer. If it's painful on the knee, make sure you have something underneath the knee just to support it. Slowly drop the leg back down to the floor, hands down, and come into your downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the feet here again, going through the calves and the hamstrings, tilting the tailbone up towards the sky. And then take your body forward into a plank position. Take the knees, both knees down to the ground, and then bring your left leg forward, nice and straight. Lift the toes up towards the sky. Try and get your hips stable and on the same line. And then tilt the tailbone to the back and then reach your body forward. Just pulsing forward here. You can place your hands onto your hip crease to push the joint back into the socket and feel that deep stretch along the back of the hamstrings. 3 more. 2 and 1. Bring that left leg forward, take the right leg forward. Balance out the hips again. Make sure they're on the same line. Pull belly button to spine, tilt the tailbone back and reach the body forward. And again, you can take your hands onto your hip crease to push that hip bone back. Four more. 3, toes up to the sky, belly button to spine. 2 and 1. Bring the knee back. Come into your all fours. Slowly lift the knees off of the floor. Come back into your plank. Push the bum up into a downward facing dog. And then just bend and straighten in your downward dog. Right leg comes forward into a pigeon pose, 90-degree angle at the knee, and then you want to rotate your left hip around, dropping the hips nice and low towards the floor, and then coming down onto elbows, moving from side to side. Big movements here, dropping the hip to the floor even. Try not to feel any clicking over the hip joint. So you have to push your right foot into the floor to not get that clicking as you move from side to side. Take the hands to the mat and lift back into your downward dog. Left leg comes forward, 90-degree angle at the knee. You can secure your foot here and then try and drop the hips low. Rotating the hip and trying to get your right hip towards your ankle. Drop hips low, moving from side to side, and then coming down onto your elbows when you're ready. And then move from side to side here, pushing your left foot into the mat so that you are securing your hip joint and not getting any clicks as the tendon goes over. Always activating as we stretch. 3 more deep movements. If one side's tighter than the other, go back to the other side, stretch a little bit more through that side. And then slowly come back up, tuck the toes, come into your downward facing dog. Bend the knees to touch and get the heels down. Heels down, knees to touch. Heels down, knees to touch. 2 more. Last one. Come down onto the mat. I hope you enjoyed your post-run mobility.